Often imitated, never duplicated, the greatest show under the world of outlaws.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Dre Broadcasting Network as we turn both left and right here tonight with the Extreme Motorsports 99. We are coming to you live from the famous Watkins Glen, bringing you the UnOh 175 for round 10 of the Extreme Motorsports 99 Track Series. I am a commentator, Sean Zulu. I am joined by my good friend and partner in crime and producer, Dave Everly. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good, Sean, but I'm not the partner in crime. I'm the leader of the crime.
You're dang right. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, here at Watkins Glen. Well, Dave, tell us what we're dealing with weather-wise.
Well, taking a look here at the weather, it's going to be another warm track out here. We're looking at 78 degrees, 106 degree track temperature, wind out of the north at 2 miles an hour, under partly cloudy conditions here as we are at Watkins Glen running the Cup set up here at Watkins Glen. So this should make fun watching these trucks go left and right here tonight.
Oh, absolutely. Expect that front end to lift up, or the right front to lift up, due to it not being used to turn that direction. Only while wrecking is when they turn right, usually in the ovals. But that will definitely change things here tonight. And as usual, they do have a 65% fuel limit. That is 65%. So that gives us two required pit stops in order for the drivers to be able to make it the full length of the race. Just a recap from last week's race, the Samson Motorsports 65 at Pocono Raceway, the Tricky Triangle. We did have Vernon Margheim bring it home for his first time win of the season. Garrett Robinson second, Scott Mitten third, Curtis Vollmer fourth with a beat-up machine, Dustin Hart fifth, Chris Voyle 6th, Waylon Williams 7th, Johnny Dressler returning driver 8th, Hunter McDaniel 9th, and Chris Thorman did round up the top 10. And in that race, Cody McFadden did control the start. I mean, he did qualify on the pole and led us to our first green flag of the evening. And in that race, it actually made, since the track was very tricky, they call it the tricky triangle, for that same reason, it made it that so that the drivers can push while they could. Basically, the newer the tires they had, the more the chance they had to push. So every single driver did take advantage of that the best they could before their tires were gone. So we had a very, very battlefield race, despite the track being extra challenging for the drivers. And towards the very end, Vernon Markheim was able to hold off his biggest opponents. And his biggest opponent was 50 of Scott Mitten. And he did bring it home unchallenged. Once again, having his first win of the season. Well, moving on to our point standings. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is actually I didn't talk about this today, so I shouldn't say once again. This is round number 10 of the regular race season. This is a season finale, regular race season finale with the Extreme Motorsports 99.com track series. Well, moving on to point standings, we have Zachary Crazer taking over the points lead this week away from the 6 of Tom Wetmore. Scott Mitten coming from third place to second. Tom Wetmore going from leading points to third in points. Curtis Vollmer still fourth. Travis Pryor still fifth. Marty Ray sixth. Chris Gibbs still seventh. Hunter McDaniel going from ninth place to eighth. Matthew Ozenbach from eighth place to ninth. And Jacob Bell still rounding up the top 10 in points. So far this week we've had changes in point. Only 4 drivers changed their their standings. In the top 10, namely Zachary Crazer taking over the points lead, Scott Mitten going from third to second, Hunter McDaniel from ninth place to 8th, and Matthew Ozenbach from 8th place to 9th. And that was all the action in the top 10. And so far, ladies and gentlemen, the drivers have now started gritting up, so we will give the drivers a few seconds before we go down that list. And ladies and gentlemen, we do see you up there down there in the chat. Say up there in the chat. We do see Timothy Petita. Good to see you there, Tim. Pat T, rooting on the 81 of Travis Pryor. Nancy Wetmore, the 6 of Tom Wetmore. Dad's of a fan out there, Nancy Wetmore. Good to see you. And let's see who else. And that's it so far, ladies and gentlemen. Let us know who you're rooting for here tonight. The drivers taking over this amazing road course. Watkins Glen turning both left and right. Well, the grid is now ready, and ladies and gentlemen, our post hitter tonight, the 14 of Vern Bradley, already having one win under his belt this season. 6 of Tom Wetmore, previous points leader, starting second. 6-5 Marty Ray third. We have the 50 of Scott Mitten fourth. Hunter McDaniel fifth. The 33 of Vern Markheim, last week's winner at Pocono, starting 6th. The 24 of Chris Gibbs, 7th. The 27 of Justin Rodden, 8th. 11 of Ken Ladd, 9th. The 97 of Garrett Robinson, 10th. 86 of Adam Eisenhower, 11th. The 26 of Dustin Hart, 12th. 59 of David White, 13th. 95 of Chris Gillum, 14th. 81 of Travis Pryor, 15th. The 28 of Chris Voyle, 16th. 19 of Andy Starcher, 17th. The 5, Gary Woobot, 18th. 71 of Chris Thorman, 19th. And the 8 of Jamie Christensen, rounding up the top 20. Mr. Super Speedway himself, 29 of Matthew Welzenbach, starting 21st and being the last driver to qualify. We have 17 of Tommy Haynes, Don Kidder Jr., Brian Wasserman, David Elliott, Nick Hunt, Curtis Vollmer. We have Tommy Amasi and Brent Kuhl. That will round up the remainder of the field. That's going to give us about, 26 to 27 drivers starting here in tonight's race. And the drivers are now rolling. Well, Dave, it is going to be quite the transition for the drivers. Dave going from all oval racing, well, all oval racing and plus a triangle track, and now coming straight to this, turning both left and right. What can go wrong, Dave? What can go wrong?
Well, Sean, a lot can go wrong. But this is one of my favorite NASCAR road courses. It is a fun, it is a fast track. These laps are going to tick down in a hurry.
Oh, absolutely. That's absolutely right. And with those pit stops coming in, tonight's race is mostly going to be about drivers racing the track more than they race each other. But it's going to still be amazing to see because the drivers are very, very close in lap times, and they will still stay bunched up, trying their best to use the draft the best they can on the straightaway. There from the S's to the bus stop, and yes, we do have the bus stop here, so it will make things very, very interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, hang on to your seats. It will be a bumpy ride, and make sure you have extra popcorn and refreshments because you might end up running out, but not to worry, we will have you covered. We got this.
Oh yeah, I am ready for some road racing. We have been oval week in, week out, but now we have the fun. We are going to see who's fast turning left and right here at Watkins Glen. One of my favorite tracks is they have only got 2 more turns before they're going to take the green flag here at Watkins Glen.
Yep, and Vern Bradley starting on the right side compared to the oval. They start on the left side. Right behind this pace car, Vern is going to have Marty Ray right behind him, and Tom Wetmore with the help of the 50 of Scan Mitten on this restart. I remember last time we raced here, last season, we raced here. Vern went from 5th place to the lead in 1 lap. Pace car is off. Vern Bradley still holding pace, puts on the floor. Green flag flies open on the floor. The 6 of Wetmore has been caught sleeping, and the 14 of Bradley goes back up to the left side, set himself up. Turn number 1. Oh, the 6 of Wetmore drives it in hard. 14 of Bradley stays on the inside, gets a little bit loose on the exit of turn 1. The 6 of Wetmore right now as well trying to catch up to him before the S's.
This is one of my favorite parts. They are going to come uphill, make a left, nice sweeping left, and come into a short sweeping right. And they are going to be hard on the throttle right here because coming up, they are going to have to get hard on the brake because they are going to have a hard right and then a hard left and then another sweeping right. This here, ladies and gentlemen, is what we call the bus stop.
And Dave, I like how close Tom Wetmore is to Vern Bradley, keeping in mind that these machines lack brake lights or tail lights. So it makes it impossible to know when a driver is braking. The only time you know is when you're in the front seat, Dave.
Yeah, you kind of got to watch that exhaust though. When these trucks here, they start slowing down, you let off that throttle, you get a little bit of flames there coming out of the exhaust. So you kind of got to watch the driver in front of you because when you start seeing them flames, you know they're slowing down.
Absolutely, and before you know it, if you don't pay attention to that, you will find yourself in the passenger seat. That will be a bad day, and there for the back in the pack. 11 of Ken Ladd right now. Actually, in front of Ken Ladd, we have the 27 of Justin Roder, who was trying to make a move against the 24 of Chris Gibby for position number 7. But exiting turn number 1, Gibby did end up propelling past him. He had a very, very good exit, and it's all about, here at the tracks like these road courses, it's all about slow in, go as slow as possible in the turns. And you're going to have a better exit because you will hit your marks, right, or what is known as the apex here, which will maximize your straightaway speed, and you will gain a lot of time because of that. And Chris Gibby right now is gaining on the 33 of Vern Markheim. Vern Markheim trying to look to the inside, 57, Anthony McDonough goes high, goes left off the track, and Vern to the inside, and up jumps his nose off on the exit.
Well, I'll tell you what we are going to do here. Oh, look, I don't know what happened, but the 6 of Tom Wetmore has got around the 14 of Vern Bradley and is now taking the race lead. So what we are going to do for you, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to ride in the cockpit here. We are going to let you see what these drivers see 1 lap here around Watkins Glen. As they come down this long straightaway, they are going to have to drop gears and be hard on the brake for this hard right turn number 1. They are going to sweep it out wide, but now coming here, they are going to sweeping rights. They are going to get it right on that yellow line, and then they are going to come back here to the left, and then once again swing it back to the right here. They are going to take it all the way out, almost to the wall there, to the white line here for a long straightaway as they are going to come into the bus stop. Hard on the brake, downshifting right here, right, left. They're going to make another left and then another right here into a nice sweeping carousel right-hand turn. Now, as you see, Tom is electing to stay right there by that yellow line. He is going to get back hard on that throttle, go back through the gears. He is going to swing back over to the right-hand side. Now, coming up here, he is going to get hard on the brakes again. Downshift, make his left. He's going to swing it out, but then he's going to bring it right back to the left. Get ready for this sharp right-hand turn, last turn. and coming down the straight stretch, and that is a lap here at Watkins Glen.
And with that lap right there, it was quite the lap of a lifetime by Tom Wetmore, well, a lifetime compared to 14 of Vern Bradley. Basically what I'm trying to say was that he was able to increase the gap in between him and Vern Bradley, but Vern has found fifth gear and is trying his best to get back up to take back that race lead away from Tom Wetmore and try his best to keep him in the dust or in his rearview mirror for the longest time possible. And Dave for the back in the pack, some position changes. New driver making his way up to top 10, 26 of Dustin Hart. Dustin right now exiting the S's, coming up to turn number 4, which is the bus stop.
Yeah, he's looking good in that purple machine there. He is now running in the 10th position. But the good thing is, ladies and gentlemen, we will not have full course cautions here tonight. They are what's called local cautions. They will be just where the car is off. These drivers will have to keep an eye on that because, as we said, there is no full course caution, just local cautions. So we will not be running any pace laps here tonight. So if a driver makes a mistake, the car coming up on him, they are going to have a yellow flag float at him, letting them know there is a car off the track or spun around. They're going to have to get around it and then get back on that throttle and get moving again.
Yeah, absolutely. The drivers do take extra caution here, ladies and gentlemen. It does pay to be very cautious. Better safe than sorry. So because they know they're not going to have cautions, and they will be screwed if they spin out, and they'll lose a lot of time. They'll lose 5 to 10 seconds or even more seconds based on how long it takes them to recover. And we have one driver in the grass, 59 of David White, who just hit the grass off the exit of turn 1, because that's the one of Chris Thorman takes advantage of that, and that bumps David White down to 14th, and Chris Thorman up into the 13th place position. So once again, that's some extra motivation for the drivers to get the job done the safest way possible, the safest way they can. And going back up front, Dave, the 14 of Vern Bradley has now decreased the lead of the leader 6 of Tom Whitman from 1.6 seconds down to 0.8, or I should say 0.8.
Yeah, but I mean, it's going to change as they come through the turns here. We are on lap 5. The question is are they going to, I think they're going to have to pit twice tonight. I'm not quite sure, so we're going to find out here with all the viewers at home. Taking a look here at the chat, we got Nancy Wetmore out there, Timothy Petito, of course Pat T is out there. We got Devin Thorpe in the chat as well. So we have some great viewers out there. Keep that chat going, guys. Even though we are not able to answer you right away, we are definitely keeping an eye on the chat.
Yep, and Devin is rooting on the 48 of Curtis Fomer, Nancy Wetmore, 6 of Tom Wetmore, Timothy Petito and Pat T both for the 81 of Travis Pryor. So these drivers do have some fans, and ladies and gentlemen, if you are up there in the chat and haven't typed, let us know who you're rooting for, and we will be sure to keep an eye on them and let you know of their progress, because this race is very long and things do go south every now and then. Once again, let us know, and we will let the drivers know during the interviews as well. And Dave for the back in the pocket, a little bit of a battle here between among 3 drivers, 19 of Andy Starcher, the 95 Chris Gillum, and the 71 of Chris Thorman. This is 12th, 13th, and 14th respectively. That's once again Chris Thorman and Chris Gibew and Andy Starcher. Andy Starcher right now trying to have a better race. He has had a rough season, but it's very good to see him coming back every week. Oh, go ahead, Dave.
Big wreck by the 48. Happened to catch that, so we are going to pull up the Dre Broadcasting instant replay here, focusing on the 48 of Curtis Balmer. He was actually on his roof, so let's take a ride here with the 48 of Curtis Balmer here, see exactly what happened as he was battling the 97 there of Garrett Robinson. Oh, he's up on his side. Oh, let's take a little closer look here, see if we can see exactly what happened. Looked like Curtis Balmer just a little too hard on that gas, got spun out, and wow, that was just big, but he does get it, but going back. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, no full course caution. The 48 is still out on the track, rolling around.
And Dave, correction right there. Looks like it was a little bit of a bad net code between 97 of Garrett Robinson and the 48 of Curtis Balmer. That caused the incident. But once again, ladies and gentlemen, very, very unfortunate indeed for both drivers involved. And Dave, I just noticed one thing. I didn't talk about this driver at all today. I didn't think he was racing, but we have a new driver, the 183 of Wesley Crump. Yep, Wesley Crump rocking that Chevy Silverado with that Motorcraft paint scheme. That is a very, very well-dressed machine.
Yeah, there's a lot of good paints out there. Taking a look here at the 28 of Chris Boyles, running back in 15th position. He's got David White and Travis Pryor right behind him. So as these guys are battling here, as they are trying to pick up positions. Meanwhile, out front, looks like Vern Bradley is actually even closer there on Tom Wetmore. But look behind him, there's the 65 of Marty Ray running in the third. These guys have pulled away from the rest of the field.
Yep, and Pat T, I am glad you brought that point up. And passing is it's not as easy as the oval. As the ovals are here, so the best bet the drivers have is to either outbrake their opponent if they're close enough to outbrake their opponent, or get a good run off the turns than their opponents. That is the better way to make up time and to get close enough to their opponents and then pounce while they can. But driving it in hard is very, very risky because you lose a lot of time, and when you miss that apex, you will go off the track in no time. So basically, passing is not as easy as it might as the ovals.
Yeah, most definitely. I've been doing a lot of road racing here lately, Sean, and I'll tell you, the best way to make a pass is you gotta set up the driver, be right behind them as they come into a turn. You gotta be able to get in and stick your nose in there. Now, once you do that, you gotta hope that driver there, it knows you're there and is gonna back it off. Because if he doesn't, I mean, it could end both of your nights real quick.
Absolutely right, but if you do want to exchange some paint, don't worry about him knowing whether or not you're there. And Dave, unfortunately, I'm not sure if I should say unfortunately, but this might be an unscheduled pit stop. I'm not sure about it. It was with 33 of Vern Margham, who is rolling off pit road, pitting in with only 8 laps on his tires. Something tells me that was not scheduled.
Well, we're about to find out. I think the last time I ran here at Watkins Glen, I think it just depends on the fuel load. I forget what my fuel load was, but I was running about 11 to 12 laps before I had to pit.
Yeah, that's a very good point, and I'm guessing, yeah, from experience, I believe the pit window at this point, 65% fuel limit, that should be in between laps 10 through 15, 15 being the maximum laps they can run on their tanks. So that, yeah, that most likely is definitely a scheduled pit stop by Vern Margheim. But Dave, if he continues this pit strategy of his, pitting in with only 8 to 9 laps on his tires, that's going to mean he's going to have to pit in at least 3 times.
Yeah, most definitely. So, I mean, we are going to, it's just a matter here is I am going to now focus here on the 10 of Chris Thorman. He has got some
Dave,
competition.
Actually, Dave, we have some trouble on the track. The tornado Matthew Rosenbach was spun out sideways on the racing surface. He was finally able to get it back around. Looks like it was some contact. Yeah, contact between him and the 97 of Garrett Robinson on the exit coming up the last turn. Oh, actually involved another driver, the 183 of Wesley Crump.
Well, we're going to focus here on the 29 of Matthew Rosenbach as they come through. Looks like he got a bump from behind there by the 97, and unfortunately that other truck just involved there. So, I mean, this is just the thing. Different braking points. I mean, as you said before, these trucks do not have brake lights.
Yep, and to clarify, that was turn number 10, which is just right before the last turn number 11. And absolutely very, very unfortunate indeed, especially for the 183 of Wesley Crump. Speaking of Wesley Crump, he was able to get one of his backup trucks, or I should say his only backup truck. So he does have a brand new Motorcraft Chevy Silverado, and he's back down with his foot down through the floorboard, trying his best to make up as much time as he can. And fortunately enough, he was able to stay on the lead lap due to lap times being ranging from 1 minute 13 seconds all the way down to 1 minute 15 seconds, just depending on how much they're pushing it.
Well, I'm going back up front here, Sean. We have a smoker, it looks like, out on the track. I am seeing a lot of smoke. I think the fans are barbecuing a little bit too much there, but it looks like Vern Bradley has caught the 6 of Tom Wetmore as they are now getting ready to get set up here for a heck of a battle. Vern Bradley now 3/10 behind. Our race leader is 6 of Tom Wetmore.
And Dave, that smoke was coming from the rear end of 48 of Curtis Vollmer, and backing it up on my end, it was contact between him, the 5 of Gary Woolbot. He just slammed into the back of him due to a heavy speed difference. And once he smacked him on impact, that machine just started throwing some serious smoke coming out that rear end. And status check on the 48 of Curtis Vollmer. He is on pit road. Looks like he's gotten his brand new machine, so he is back out on the track. Going to be trying his best to make up as much time as he can, but Davis is a very bad start for Curtis Vollmer. Very unfortunate.
Yeah, because once you go a lot down here at these road tracks like this, you can't. There is no caution. There is no lucky dog. You're not going to get that lap back unless you like really push hard and get back around. Oh, 6 Tom Wetmore almost got loose there, and looked like Vern Bradley was almost ready to take a pounce on that.
Yep, the more mistakes Tom Wetmore makes, the more, I should say, the happier the 14 of Vern Bradley gets, because the easier it will be for him to pounce. And Tom Wetmore misses his apex on the exit of turn number 11 and got a little bit loose while putting his foot down the floor. And the 14 of Vern Bradley, surprisingly, the gap has increased a little bit by a 1/10 this lap. And Dave for the back in the pack, focusing on the 19, actually the 24 of Chris Gibew. We see some drivers very close. Chris Gibew, Chris Thorman, Adam Eisenhower have found each other, and they will start battling here before too long. But looks like actually Adam Eisenhower is being shown a little bit up ahead of them, and his machine has sustained some heavy damage, and that is very unfortunate indeed, but still going as strong regardless. Yeah, that's Adam Eisenhower, the 24 of Chris Gibew, and also 71 of Chris Thorman. He just now updated. So they are 8th, 9th, and 10th respectively. And for the back of the 19 of Andy Starcher has fallen back. Because last time we checked on Andy Starcher, he was right behind Chris Gibew and Chris Thorman. And now he has some pressure from behind the 28 of Chris Boyles.
Now, Sean, taking a look here. Let's go over our top 10 right now. Right now, the man out front, 6 Tom Wetmore. However, he has got competition with the 14 of Vern Bradley. Marty Ray still sitting in 3rd position. Hunter McDaniel now in 4th. Scott Minton up into 5th. Ken Ladd 6th. Hart is 7th. Thorman 8th. Gibew 9th. And Adam Eisenhower rounding out your top 10 here on lap 14.
And this would be a good time to remind all the viewers out there, ladies and gentlemen, this is once again round number 10, the race before the chase. I like how that rhymes, the race before the chase. So drivers right now are pushing as hard as they can, ladies and gentlemen, because they know this is their final time, the final race they get to lock themselves into the chase, to try their best, because they do take the 12 drivers, and one of the drivers will be the cleanest driver all season, and I believe the top 10 drivers in points. So once again, drivers trying to take advantage of this the best they can. But Dave, the good thing about this is that they do have one drop week, and what that means, ladies and gentlemen, is that 9 of the 10 races will count, but one of their worst races will not. So only the 9 best races will be counted, and that works with them and not against them.
Yeah, most definitely here. So let's take a look here. Only 17 trucks remaining on the lead lap. Last one on the lead lap is going to be the 27 of Justin Roden. Is let's see, Brian Wasserman now, because he is now being shown the last on the. No, we got a few here back on the lead lap. 21 trucks now. Is the leaders down on pit road? Yes, they are. Leaders on pit road.
Yeah, Vern Bradley, 6 Wetmore. Actually, 6 of Wetmore is still out on the track. He actually already pitted in. I just now noticed this. And yeah, it passed over the lead to Vern Bradley. And now 6 of Wetmore is trying his best to take back the race lead before Vern can exit pit road. Vern is taking his last set of tires. Off he rolls. The 6 of Wetmore gets around. Oh man, Vern will try his best to catch up to him. But that gap will get nothing but bigger. But Dave 6 Wetmore has bigger problems. He is right behind 26 of Dustin Hart, who will not let him go because he is trying his best to lead some laps as well.
Yeah, most definitely. But our new race leader right now, the 57 of Hunter McDaniel, he's got 15 laps. The other drivers pitted right about 14 laps. Question is, how long can he stay out? But another question is, how long does he want to stay out?
Oh, Dave, Dustin Hart was all sides, all sorts of sideways. Oh, sideways again, entering the curve. This is actually has a name. Let me 1 second. I apologize. This is the outer loop at the track. Don't want to say the curb, but basically I was some bad luck for Dustin Hart. He did get loose. He was trying his best to stay in the lead, to take over the race lead, but he did get edged down by the 6 of Tom Wetmore, and Vern Bradley as well was able to get around him. But going back up front, Dave, we have a new leader, the 57 Hunter McDaniel. And Hunter is still staying out, now having 16 laps on his tires, 10 laps on the same boat. So top 2 drivers have 16 laps on their tires. Scott Mitten being shown third, but Scott Mitten is on pit road. 6 of Redmond will be overtaking him here before too long.
Yeah, most definitely. So pit stops. They are playing strategy. 5700 McDaniel, Ken Ladd staying out a lot later. Adam Eisenhower still out. David White still needs the pit. Jamie Christensen needs the pit. Brian Wasserman, Gary Wolbert, Tommy Haynes, Brett Kuehl, and Tommy Amassi all still needing to pit here. So they are hoping, they are playing a pit strategy game right now.
Yep, that pit strategy could be the difference between winning a race or losing a race. You can't really lose, but you know, I guess if you're not first, you are the first loser. Second place is first loser is what they say, but that's besides the point. But pit road also means that you can either gain spots or lose positions. And these guys definitely trying their best once again to have an amazing last final race of the regular race season right before the chase. And once again securing themselves some spots in the chase before the chase begins. And 50 of Scott Mitten right behind 33 of Vern Markheim. Vern Markheim, once again, ladies and gentlemen, was one of the first drivers to pit in. So right now, he is trying his best to make up as much time as he can before too long. And for the back the 8 of Jamie Christensen being shown 13th, having a Sunday drive so far. And status check on Jamie Christensen, he still has not yet pitted in, having 16 laps on his tires and coming up to 17, same as the leaders, Hunter McDaniel and Ken Ladd.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are 29 laps to go. We are closing in on the halfway point of our 45-lap race here at Watkins Glen. We are going to go ahead and step away for a commercial break, give everybody a chance to get a refill, and we'll be right back here on the Dre Broadcasting Network with the Extreme Motorsports 99.com Camping World Truck Series.
Don't let your first date be your last. Visit People Against Distracted Driving at PADD.org.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the UnOh 175 for round number 10 of the Extreme Motorsports 99.com Camping World Truck Series. We're going back to the race, ladies and gentlemen. We have a new race leader, 86 of Adam Eisenhower. Despite his beaten up machine, it has seen some better days, but so far it is getting the job done, and he is getting the most speed possible out of that machine, or the most speed legal to get out of that machine. And so far, Dave is being shown with 21 laps on his tank. Same. Why did I say he was race leader? He's actually in 5th place. I apologize. Hunter McDaniel is still leading, and they both have 21 laps on their tires. So Dave scratched my 10 to 15 lap of fuel limit, but it's gonna be probably 21 through 25.
Yeah, but I'm looking at the gap here though. He is staying out, but the 6 of Tom Wetmore has closed that gap to just 3.6 seconds behind him. Is Hunter McDaniel is going to go ahead and stay out another lap. He is going to complete 22 laps on a tank of fuel.
And ladies and gentlemen, we have some bad news. Unfortunately, we have lost heavy mover 14 of Vern Bradley. He had a spin out under braking. He slammed his brakes to try and outbrake the driver who was battling entering turn 1. He locked him up and went sideways, smacked the wall. And unfortunately, that did end his night. But look forward to seeing him back for Chase Race 1 next week at Talladega Superspeedway.
Well, Sean, I did have a chance to talk to the 6 of Tom Wetmore before the race. He has said he has never won a road race. I think he's doing pretty good for not winning. But I'm looking at some of these guys, though. I mean, they are running. Marty Ray there. Look at him in 3rd place. He is about 7 seconds back from the leader, about 5 seconds behind Tom Wetmore. I mean, he's still got a chance to win this thing.
Oh, absolutely. And his biggest opponent in the first half, the 14 of Vern Bradley, has retired for the night, so that makes Tom Wetmore smile and his job easier than it was. But he still has Hunter McDaniel to get around. At the same time, we have 97 Robinson, who is trying to get his lap back the hard way. But Tom Wetmore going around, Hunter McDaniel pitting in, this time by. This officially passes the race lead back to the previous owner, the 6 of Tom Wetmore, but deep further back in the pack, we have the 7 of Brian Wasserman. Brian Wasserman here is also being shown 1 lap down after pitting in, and is trying to get his lap back the hard way. Right behind him, he does have, looks like that's going to be the 17 of Tommy Haynes. Tommy Haynes pitting in, this time by as well with some heavy damage. Half the machines do have some damage, some sort of damage on them. Looks like it might have been some incidents under braking.
I tell you, Sean, I'm just sitting here thinking, you know what this reminds me of? Our good old days when we did the Extreme Motorsports 99.com Rick Motec Sports Car Series and calling these road races. Brings back some good memories.
Oh, absolutely. That was definitely a good time. It was a pleasure doing that Rick Motec Sports Car Series. The amazing drivers, experienced drivers, and pretty much making me regret going back on the road courses, because that's all I do is road courses when I'm racing. And they really did make me regret actually trying to go back in the machine to try and put down some lap times, because I was most of the time over 3 seconds slower. But yeah, that was definitely some good times.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, you are looking for any type of racing, you look no further than ExtremeMotorsports99.com. They have it all. On Monday nights, you have the Extreme Motorsports99.com Rick Motec Sports Car Series. They race the road racing. They do it with the Mazda MX-5 and the Mustang FR, or the Mustang 500R. It's 2 classes raced at the same time. It's more of an endurance race. They do 60, 90-minute races. Also on Monday night, the Extreme Motorsports99.com K&N Series, which is live here on Dre Broadcasting. Tuesday nights, got the Camping World Truck Series. Well, tonight's Tuesday night, so once again, it is live on the Dre Broadcasting Network. Wednesday nights, you have the Extreme Motorsports99.com Xfinity Series. That is broadcasted live by our good friend Joe White over at OSR Network. Then, of course, Thursday nights, you have the Monster Cup Series, Monster Energy Cup Series. That is also broadcast live on OSR Network. Now, one thing I forgot to mention, the Rick Motec Sports Car Series is broadcasted live, and you can check them out every Monday night over on Apex Racing TV.
See right there, ladies and gentlemen, look no further than this league to race during the week, all the way from Monday through Thursday. And also not to forget that upcoming Dirt Series they announced. So a Dirt Series will be coming here soon in the near future. So if you guys like some sideways action at dirt tracks, this is the league, and that's ExtremeMotorsports99.com. Drop the first E in Extreme and start with the X, ExtremeMotorsports99.com. Well, going back, the race for the back in the pack, 29 of Matthew Wells-Back is back in 18th place after having some trouble in the beginning with the incident there on the exit of turn number 10, entering turn number 11. Right now, he is trying his best to make up as much time as he can before too long, but going back up front, Tom Wetmore has a 4-second lead against second place driver 65 of Marty Ray, and about, let's see, 35 seconds ahead of Hunter McDaniel for third place.
Well, Sean, I just noticed something. We are 20 laps to go. Tom Wetmore is going to have to pit one more time. Also, so is Marty Ray. However, Hunter McDaniel, I think he may be able to stretch fuel and make it on just one pit stop. So, I mean, him, Adam Eisenhower, also David White is on the one pit stop strategy. And I think there was another one, Ken Ladd as well. So it'll be interesting to see. This is going to be a fuel mileage. Who can save the most?
It's a very good point you just made right there, Dave. And speaking of Hunter McDaniel, since he's 35 seconds back, and yeah, he most likely should and will be able to make it without pitting in anymore. Just that one pit stop was good enough, since he decided to stay out and run the tank completely dry. That's a good strategy. But him being 35 seconds back once again, once Tom Wetmore pits in, I'm not sure whether or not Hunter will have enough time to get around Tom Wetmore while Tom is pitting in. At the same time, Marty Ray included in that. But if he does get around both Marty Ray and Tom Wetmore, Dave, it will be only a matter of time before he's run down by Ray and Wetmore due to the difference in tires, because the tires, once again, are very, very important at tracks like these.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, this is a 2.4 mile track. It has, I think, 10 turns in it?
11.
Well, close enough. Same difference, as I always say. Which people usually point out, how can it be the same if it's different?
Absolutely. Oh, and so far, also for the back of the pack status check, we have 71 of Chris Thorman still making his appearance in the top 10. Started 19th, currently 9th, gaining 10 spots overall here tonight. 26 Dustin Hart had some bad luck early on, but he is back in the top 10 from 12th place to 7th place behind 33 Vern Markheim. We have one driver pitting in, Vern Markheim that is, pitting in this time by for his final pit stop of the night.
Well, I'm taking a look here at the chat, and Pat T's out there saying, remember the bumper cars at the fair? That would be me trying to drive these cars or trucks. Well, you know what? I think what we're going to have to do, we're going to have to talk to Travis Pryor. We are going to have to get Travis Pryor to get Pat T in his racing sim and get her out on the track and let her turn some laps. Maybe in a test session with no other cars. Maybe that sounds like a good idea. Maybe we could even get that broadcasted live for all the viewers to see.
And I personally totally agree with that right there. I'm pretty sure something tells me behind, back there, Dave, that she is just pretty much trying to trick us. Once she gets on the track, she will make sure everybody underestimates her and put them, maybe, 10, 20 seconds back behind her. You never know. I'm going back up front to 32. Vern Markheim has the 86 of Adam Eisenhower right behind him. And Dave Adam has fixed his damage, the heavy damage he had before pitting in, and is being shown 11th place, one lap down. So he is racing as hard as he can, trying his best to get his lap back here before too long. But getting his lap back is one thing, but another thing is going around one more time to gain some spots.
Yeah, we're now 18 laps to go here, Sean. These laps are ticking down. These guys still running 114 to 117. So, we don't have much longer. These guys are going to go. But I'm looking at the track map. These guys are spread out all over this 2.4 mile track.
Yep, those pit stops do really spread out the field, and in this case, the drivers are racing the track more than they are racing each other. So they are trying to be consistent. It's all about consistency in order to be successful. And up front, Dave Marty Ray pitting in this time by in second place, and Hunter makes me wonder, is Hunter gonna get around him? Yep, Hunter will get around him while he's on pit road, and Hunter takes over position number 2. And now his next victim is the leader 6 of Tom Wetmore. This will make things very, very interesting, and just seeing how Hunter got around Marty Ray lets us know that he will definitely get around Tom Wetmore in a heartbeat.
Yeah, we're going to find out, because there is right about 9 laps difference on tires, so we're going to find out, because right now we are only got 9 trucks on the lead lap. Right now, the last one on the lead lap, new to the top 10, the 81 of Travis Pryor, but he is going to have to pit.
Yep, and Dave SpongeBob Machine, the 11 of Ken Ladd, had some pressure from the second of Chris Thorman. They are getting around the 5 with Gary Woodward, who stays left to let them enter the bus stop first. The bus stop is the most dangerous place to make a pass at Watkins Glen, and they did go there single file to avoid causing trouble, being in trouble, because they do know once again that we have no cautions here, so they will be screwed if they do, in fact, lose control. And Ken Ladd right now, once again, back in the top 10. Right behind his next victim for position is the 26 of Dustin Hart, who is 7 seconds ahead of him. So he is trying to make up as much time as he can here before too long.
You know, every time I see the 11's paint job, though, it brings back a lot of good memories when my kids were younger. We'd sit on the couch eating cereal and watching SpongeBob SquarePants. Miss those days. You tend to miss those days as the kids get older these days.
Oh, absolutely. Good thing you have those memories to hang on to, those amazing memories to hang on to, and good thing will be here for a very long time, so you will be reminded of those amazing memories with the 11 of Ken Ladd. And Tom Wetmore did pit in, but looks like Hunter McDaniel was not able to make the pass.
Oh boy, that's not going to be good, because that means Tom Wetmore is on fresh tires. Marty Ray still back in third, but he is only 2.8 seconds there behind the 57 of Hunter McDaniel. So there's a good chance Marty Ray can move up into that second position.
Yep, those newer tires definitely will play a very, very key factor. I should say they will be in the benefit of Marty Ray against Hunter McDaniel. And Hunter McDaniel's best bet right now is to try and find a defensive line to keep Marty Ray behind him for the longest time, or at least hope Marty Ray burns up his stuff trying to get around Hunter McDaniel. But then it might be too late, or hoping it's going to be too late for him, because at the time he would have burned up his stuff, and he's going to have no choice but to ride in line behind Hunter McDaniel instead of for the third place position. And further back in the pack, David, driver spoken matchup here tonight. The 4 of Brent Cool, riding solo in 22nd place, being shown 2 laps down with the Drive for Diabetes Awareness.org paint scheme. That is once again an amazing, well-dressed Chevy Silverado. Right now he is being shown 2 laps down. His next victim is the 7 of Brian Wasserman, position number 21. Also, 183 of Wesley Crump being shown 23rd, right behind Brent Kuo. And Wesley has sustained a little bit of a ding in the rear end. Looks like he backed into some kind of telephone pole. And right behind is the 05 of Tommy Massey. Tommy Massey is keeping low profile in every single race, but seems to be having some bad luck here. Looks like he had a bad start. He is being shown 3 laps down in 24th place with a brand new machine.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are now under 15 to go. 14 laps remaining here at Watkins Glen. We are going to go ahead and step away for our final commercial break of the night. Once again, you are watching Dre Broadcasting Network, the Extreme Motorsports 99.com Camping World Truck Series here at Watkins Glen. We'll be right back.
Don't let your first date be your last. Visit People Against Distracted Driving at PADD.org.
Racing, you wanted the best, you got them for abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the UnOh 175, continuing round number 10 of the Extreme Motorsports 99.com Camping World Truck Series, and some trouble on the truck. What wasn't that goes around on the exit of turn number 1. Looks like he was able to collect that and stay out of everybody's way. That was a nice save by Matthew. In fact, he's going to lose a lot of time because of that. Looks like he got onto the gas a little bit too soon and spun it all the way around. But he was nice enough to smack that brake and keep it out of everyone's way. But we are being led, still being led by Tom Wetmore. Marty Ray was able to get around Hunter McDaniel for second place. Hunter McDaniel now bumped down to third. Justin Rudder making his first way up into the top 5. In fourth place from 8th place. Sky Mitten 5th. And Vernon Markheim in 6th place, where he qualified. And that would be 1st through 6th. Respectively, and Dustin Hart, Ken Ladd, Adam Eisenhower, and Travis Pryor 7th through 10th place. We have a new viewer in the chat. That will be MG3, rooting for the 57 of Hunter McDaniel. Going back to race, also Gary Robinson is being shown 16th. He is pushing that machine. He is going sideways with almost the exit of every single turn. So he is trying to get the most out of the machine here while he can, trying his best to get his lap back. I mean, he tried his best to keep Tom Whitman behind him, but he couldn't make that stick due to having to pit in. And he did miss the apex on the exit of the last turn, entering the straight. He does have some clean air and nobody to worry about at the moment. And Garrett as well did sustain some damage early on into ninth race and is still rocking some front end damage on that machine. But despite that, he is still determined to bring this machine to victory lane, despite how it might look. And also, Dave, a little bit up front, we have the 71 of Chris Thorman being shown about 2 seconds behind his next big position, the 81 of Travis Pryor, position number 10. And last time we checked on Chris Thorman, he was being shown in 9th place, because at the time he had gained 10 positions. Oh, he gets loose of the exit of turn number 1, but hangs on to that machine. And that was a save and a half by the 71 of Chris Thorman for the back in the pack. The 8 of Jamie Christensen. It's not a match of Jamie Christensen, but he is an amazing driver as well, being shown 13th. And his next victim for position is the 24 of Chris Gibew for 12. And ladies and gentlemen, hope you're still awake. We now have less than 10 laps remaining. It is now go time for everybody, trying their best to be at the right place at the right time, because now the laps are winding down. At this point, everybody has pitted in and should be able to make it.
Taking a look here through the field right here, this looks to be our biggest battle right now. It is going to be the 11 of Ken Ladd, the 86 of Adam Eisenhower, and the 81 of Travis Pryor. They are all within just a few tenths of each other, as Travis Pryor and Adam Eisenhower now battling it out here on the straight stretch coming into turn number 1.
And exiting the last turn, they did make contact. 86 of Adam Eisenhower got loose in front of 81 of Travis Pryor, who had nowhere to go, didn't see it coming, and just smacked the back of the, hit the back of the 86 of Adam Eisenhower. But here on the S's, he will try and set him up for the long stretch. Yep, Travis, the big exit, a nice exit. He will have a bigger run. Looks to the outside, left side. Is enough room? Yep. 81 of 86 of Adam Eisenhower will run the defensive line, entering the bus stop. Yep, once again, ladies and gentlemen, the bus stop is the most dangerous place on the track to make a pass, and that's why Travis Pryor backed off and avoided the too wide action, and Adam still maintaining that position away from Travis Pryor off the exit of the outer layer. They do make contact with 81 of Pryor to the inside or right side of Adam Eisenhower, side by side, entering the next turn.
Well, these guys got to watch, because I am just watching these guys, but I just noticed right behind them, here comes the 6 of Tom Wetmore. He is just right there, so the more they battle, he is going to close that up. They have an opportunity here of going a lap down.
Wouldn't really consider that much of an opportunity yet, but 6 of Wetmore is now extra determined to put these guys a lap down. He has been consistent all night long. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, it's all about consistency for success here at a track like this, and Wetmore is pushing it as hard as he can. You could see the back end kick out on the exit of turn number 1, and Marty Ray, his next victim for position, or his biggest threat, is being shown 10 seconds behind him. Well, Hunter McDaniel is now 18 seconds behind. Actually, no, scratch that, 20 seconds, from 18 seconds to 20 seconds. Just this one lap. So Hunter McDaniel is losing a lot of time with every single lap. Well, Dave, 7 laps remaining, 17 laps on Hunter McDaniel's tires and tank. That is not pretty.
Not sure what happened, but the 86 of Adam Eisenhower is down, stuck against the wall there. Is coming through the bus stop. He had just rode straight into that wall. That is going to let Travis Pryor get around him and jump down into the 9th position.
Yeah, speaking of Adam Eisenhower, Dave, he is stuck in the wall. He is really hammering that machine. He was in first gear, reverse, that could not let go of those tires. Those tires were glad to keep that track in there. Unfortunately, Adam has no choice but to get towed down to pit road. Very, very unfortunate. But that works in the favor of the 81 of Travis Pryor, who takes over position number 9 and puts in, because of that, Adam Eisenhower is now being shown 1 lap down. And 6 of Tom Wetmore exits turn 1 and has the 81 of Pryor in his sights. And he is vulnerable to being put a lap down.
Well, with 6 laps to go, Tom Wetmore has put the hammer down. He is now being shown 11 seconds ahead of the 65 of Marty Ray and 21.9 seconds ahead of the 57 of Hunter McDaniel. So for a guy that's never had a win here on a road course, well, I mean, still a lot of racing, and he can make a mistake, but as long as he stays clean, he's got a good shot of coming away with his first road victory here in Extreme Motorsport.
Yep, it's all that determination that Tom Wetmore has. He has a lot of determination, way too much determination. So once he sets his mind to something, he will execute it. And right now he has caught the 81 of Travis Pryor, who is now trying to get around the 11 of Ken Ladd. And both drivers are fighting for position number 8. At the same time, they have the 6 of Tom Wetmore inside, right behind them in the rearview mirror. So they are deciding to ride single file to try and get away from him. Oh, scratch that. Travis Pryor looking to the inside of 11 of Ken Ladd, and Travis's damage is now showing. By the time he smacks the back of the 86 of Adam Eisenhower, due to him getting loose, it goes side by side throughout the S's. The 11 of Ken Ladd sticks on the left side. Travis pushes up and tries to set himself up for the exit of the S. Look at Tom Wetmore, Dave. Tom Wetmore trying to look the left side. Yes, he occupies the left side of the 81 of Travis Pryor. Let's see who gives and let's see who takes. Too wide. They almost made contact. They were able to make it. Holy cow, nice save. Travis Pryor backs off. And he gets to the wall, entering the inner layer, or the outer layer. He did smack the wall. He is back still on the track. And trying to power off the outer layer, trying to have a good exit. But that machine is now getting worse and worse in performance due to how many hits it's taken this far. And the 6 of Wetmore puts the 11 of Ken Ladd and 81 of Travis Pryor officially a lap down. And Hunter McDaniel has now lost 2 seconds to Tom Wetmore. He's now 23 seconds back. Marty Ray was able to narrow that lead down to 10 seconds from 11 seconds. It was most likely due to that lap traffic slowing down Tom Wetmore due to them battling, trying to battle for position. At the same time, because they were trying their best to stay on the lead lap and keep the 6 of Tom Wetmore behind them. But unfortunately, it had to end like that for 81 of Travis Pryor and both 11 of Ken Ladd included. The 24 of Chris Gibby for the back of the pack is being shown in 11th place. 6'5" Marty Ray is next in line right behind him, but that is no threat to Marty Ray or to Chris Gibby, because Chris is already being shown 1 lap down, and Chris is trying his best to catch 7 of Chris Thorman for position 10. And Justin Roden still riding in the 4th place spot, 54 seconds behind the leader and about 5 seconds ahead of his next victim, or his next biggest threat, the 50 of Scott Mitten for position number 4. So Scott as well is trying his best to get up there, and Scott has kept a very, very low profile here tonight. He seemed to have been just pretty much worried more about staying alive and getting to know the track well and hitting his marks every single lap to try and be as consistent as possible to get the best result, because, you know, the more you push the machine, the more you wear those tires, and the worse it will be for you in the long run. But we now have 3 laps remaining, so it's only a matter of time before they find 5th gear.
Yep, 3 laps to go, so we are looking just about 3 minutes. Well, actually, they're running about 1 minute 15, so right about 4 minutes left in this race, basically, is going through here through the field. It looks like everybody's just kind of single file. Not really no battles I see right now, Sean.
Yep, those pit stops definitely did separate the field. They did spread out this field. Unfortunately, a lot of drivers did have some bad nights too. We have Elon, who retired early on. Chris Gillum, one of them. Chris Voiles and Vern Bradley all retired due to having a tremendous, or I should say a lot of damage on their machines. But look forward to seeing these drivers back for Chase Race 1 at Talladega Super Speedway. So Dave going from oval to triangle to a road course and back to an oval where you can put your foot down the floor and work together with teammates.
Well, that means these drivers are just multi-talented. Is the 6 of Tom Wetmore just crossed the start-finish line. 2 laps to go. He will be getting the white flag next time around.
Oh, and look at that, Dave. Marty Ray is now actually catching up to Tom Wetmore slow at a very actually, it's a fast rate. I mean, he's gaining at least 1 second on Tom Wetmore every single lap. So he went from 11 seconds down to 10, and now it's down to 9 and keeps getting nothing but smaller. Well, so far it looks like it, but, you know, since the turns are so different, the times are all over the place, so you can't really tell until they cross the start finish line. And the 57 Hunter McDaniel had some trouble. He's having trouble, Dave, with some grip on the track. Those tires are definitely gone, so he is missing all his apexes and going way wide.
Yeah, but he's looking pretty solid there in 3rd, because he's got 29 seconds between him and Justin Roden in 4th position.
And here for the back in the pack, status check on the 48 of Curtis Vollmer. Curtis Vollmer is in 13th place, 1 lap down behind 59 of David White, who is his next opponent for position number 12. So Curtis is determined to get around him or catch up to him, at least try to, because we now have 1 lap left. White flag is out, and David White does see the 48 of Curtis Vollmer in his rear. Viet sent in the air, separated by the 29 of Matthew Rosenbach, but not threat from Matthew Rosenbach, because he is 1 more lap down than they are. Tom Wetmore once again here on the white flag and coming out of the S's.
Yep, he's just got a Sunday drive because Marty Ray's sitting right there about 10 seconds behind him is, it looks like now Tom Wetmore coming here through the bus stop for the final time as he makes his way around the outer loop here, sweeping right hand corner, as he has only got 2 more turns before he'll be taking the checkered flag here tonight.
Just 2 more turns and is going to have his first win at a road course, but almost his 100th win this season. The 6 of Wetmore goes sideways, way wide. He's way too excited. Coming on the last turn this time by, and the checkered flag will fly. Tom Wetmore brings this thing home for his first win at a road course. What a successful night for Tom Wetmore. This will be, this is going to be his 6th win this season. Yep, that's going to be a victory lap for Tom Wetmore. Marty Ray comes out second. Yep, Marty Ray is now second. Course start finish line. Hunter McDaniel exiting the last turn this time by. He's going to come out in 3rd place. Yep, and Hunter McDaniel was icy loose. Those tires were way gone. And there he goes, 3rd place. Justin Roden still on the track, coming into the turn number 10, right before the last turn for 4th place. And Scott Mitten will most likely round up the top 5. Yeah, both 50 of Scott Mitten and 27 of Justin Roden do come out of the last turn, and that will be 1st through 5th respectively. Tom White will have his first win at the road course. Marty Ray 2nd, Hunter McDaniel 3rd, Justin Roden 4th, and Scott Mitten 5th. And ladies and gentlemen, that was tonight's race. What an amazing race. What an amazing finish to the regular race season right before the chase next week at Talladega Superspeedway. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be interviewing the top 3 drivers, Tom Wetmore, Marty Ray, and Hunter McDaniel. So stay tuned. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are being joined by the top 3 drivers, Tom Wetmore, Marty Ray, Hunter McDaniel, and a special guest, 4th place driver, 27 of Justin Roden. We will start with tonight's race winner, first time winning at a road course, and 6th win of the season. Previous points leader, the 6 of Tom Wetmore. Get a cop there, buddy.
I sure do, Sean. How you doing this evening?
Hi, I'm doing good, and how are you?
I feel a whole lot better now. I don't have to turn right for the rest of the season.
Oh, copy that. I can only imagine. And man, you had your hands full tonight, but that was definitely a success on your part. Since about your race, man, you had the fortune of Vern Bradley all over you before his incident.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened to Vern back there. All I know is every time I looked in my mirror, I saw that white number 14 truck breathing down my neck. So, not sure what happened to him. Sounded like bad luck, but really happy to be able to put this thing back on the top of the podium with guys like Marty Ray and Hunter McDaniel with me.
Oh, most definitely. Once again, congratulations on your success this season, Tom. It has been amazing seeing you trying your best to have the best season possible. You set yourself up so you are locked into the chase, and congratulate you on that. And Tom, tell us about this season compared to last season. I mean, you are last season's champion and defending champion this season, and you have so many hungry lions right behind you. How do you plan on taking that during the chase?
I hope we can do it the same way that we did last season. Last season we only had 1 win, so to come out here and be able to win, I think it's 6 races so far this season, is definitely a huge change of pace and goes to show what 1 year of experience can do. And that's why I'm so afraid of guys like Hunter McDaniel and Marty Ray out here in what looks like their first season. I'm gonna get my ass kicked next year, bud.
Oh, well, Tom, you are a determined driver, and with that said, you should not be worried about what the next season holds. You have proven yourself to have 6 wins in the this season only, in the regular season, and hopefully we can maybe increase that number, because that definitely would be something. And Tom, is judging from this season and last season, comparing them, how do you think, is it that the competition got stronger, or maybe you just became a better driver?
You know, definitely the strong drivers here at Extreme Motorsports 99 push us. I mean, guys like Johnny Dressler and Scott Mitten from last season to guys like Marty Ray, Hunter McDaniel, and Travis Pryor this season. I mean, it seems when you think somebody else might be leaving the lead to go race somewhere else, someone else strong comes in, fills their shoes, and is even faster. So it takes practice every week. It takes a little bit of time beforehand, and it definitely takes a good strategy. Hunter only did 1 stop this race, and I was worried that he was going to be able to make it on fuel, and worried he was going to beat me. And I got lucky that tires held out, and we were able to come out on top tonight. So definitely a lot of strategy at play at a track like this.
Oh, most definitely. Well, but I want to congratulate you and on your you and your team for having such success this season, and you practicing, taking the right steps to keep these guys behind you and having 6 wins. That is very impressive, and look forward to those wins getting nothing but higher with the next upcoming season. I wish you the best of luck too in the chase next week, the first race, Talladega Super Speedway. But any final words before we let you go?
Man, you know, just like every single week, I just got to thank 2 people this week. I really want to thank, first of all, my eye in the sky, my crew chief. He made the bold call that we're going to make this a 2-stop race instead of a 1-stop. And that definitely was a key thing to put us on top. But definitely wouldn't even be able to unload off the hauler if it wasn't for you and Dave and everyone out there at DRE, the Dre, Broadcasting, coming on board this truck. It means a lot to be able to put this thing in victory lane when I do, especially when you guys are broadcasting the race. So happy to be able to bring it home for you guys, and I hope it's enjoyable to watch for all the fans out there.
Well, Tommy, always a pleasure bringing this action live to you guys, and also a pleasure seeing you guys battle the best you can, giving us the most entertaining, entertainment possible, including the viewers out there. They do really enjoy it, and our views keep getting nothing but higher. And without you guys, we couldn't be where we are today. Also want to thank you once again for your success, and look forward to seeing you again for Chase Race 1 next week at Talladega.
Thanks, guys. Have a great evening.
And that was Tom Wetmore, 6 winners, 6-time, I should say 6 wins this season, with his 6th win being here tonight. Watkins Glen right before the chase, but right behind him is a heavy opponent, the 65 of Marty Ray. Get a cup there, Marty.
Hey, how you doing, Sean?
Good, how are you?
Very good. Tired.
Oh, I can only imagine, man. You most likely are tired, exhausted, both physically and mentally, trying your best to stay as consistent as you could here tonight, and trying to be successful. How's your race tonight, man? Because notice you were gaining on Tom Wetmore towards the very end.
Oh, it's very good. I just want to congratulate Tom Wetmore on a great win. At one point, he was like 10 seconds ahead of me, and it was just a struggle to try to get up there. Then all of a sudden I saw the 57 of Hunter McDaniel, and I knew it was going to be a battle, and somehow I might have had better tires when we got together, and he let me go, or I'm not sure exactly what happened, but it was a great race. I ended up pitting when I saw Tom pit, because I figured I didn't have a strategy, so I'll follow what the leaders are doing, and it seemed to help out. I ended up pitting twice for this race.
Oh, most definitely. And that's Marty, touch on how it made you feel. Did you feel you made a wrong move when you realized that Hunter McDaniel was going to be able to make it on 1 stop when he overtook you while you're on pit road for a second pit stop?
You know, actually, I was so busy keeping track of what was in front of me and what was behind me, and the road itself, so that I didn't even realize that Hunter had only pitted once throughout the whole race.
Oh, 10-4. Well, that's a very good thing to hear, because then you were just pretty much worried about getting around him, and you did get around him for second place, and you were gaining on Tom Wetmore towards the very end. And just how's your season been going from the Pro K&N series to this?
Oh, it's definitely a big change. There's a lot, you know, these races in the trucks, they definitely get a lot more green flag racing, a little bit more seasoned drivers. The K&N is a great place to learn. Actually, the K&Ns are faster cars. They seem to have more power, so they're a little harder to handle than the trucks, for me anyway. But it's definitely a great opportunity for ExtremeMotorsports99.com to let me race in both series this year.
Oh, most definitely. Well, buddy, you have been very successful the whole entire season, both in the K&N series and the Truck series. And now going into the chase next week at Talladega Superspeedway. Going to this chase, what do you think is your biggest weakness that you need to work on to be successful and to increase your chances?
No, I think pit strategy is one of my weakest points. I don't really have anybody spotting for me or anything. I'm just kind of going alone. So I'm just learning from what the other guys are doing and trying to take note of that mental note. But in a racing conditions, sometimes you forget all that stuff. But I think I have a lot to learn, and it's going to be a great chase towards the end there.
Well, buddy, we look forward to seeing you there, working together with these guys, and hopefully one of you guys will be able to challenge Tom Wetmore so you can take that title away from him, and that title can become yours. It won't be easy, but you know how to get the job done. You have been successful, and with that said, you have nothing to worry about, and you will be successful without a doubt. Well, buddy, before I let you go, any final words?
I just want to thank Dre Broadcasting and iBog for putting this on for us, and ExtremeMotorsports99.com, and obviously John Houston for being the admin here, and putting on some great races for us.
Well, congratulations, Marty, on your success tonight and the whole entire season. I look forward to seeing you again next week at Talladega. Have a good night.
You too, thanks.
And that was 6.5 of Marty Ray, finishing second up and starting in the third place position. And now right behind him is Mr. Fuel Strategy, or Mr. Pit Strategy, the 57 Hunter McDaniel. You gonna come up there, Hunter?
Sorry. Yes, sir. My mistake.
How you good? How are you doing tonight?
I'm ecstatic, man. I'm on cloud 9.
Man, I can only imagine you had a heck of a strategy going on out there. But you seem to have fallen short, but still you were able to secure your spot on the podium. That's why you raced tonight, man, because you had a lot of action.
Yeah, it was a lot more interesting in a good way than I anticipated. We knew coming into this race that I wasn't the strongest car, but I was fairly consistent with my lap times, I felt. And we came in and we had already made the strategy, me and my crew chief, that it was going to be a two-stop strategy just like the leaders. But about, I would say, maybe 5 laps into that first run, I knew that I was never going to catch the 2 leaders. I knew that I had to do something different. They were just so fast, Marty Ray and Tom Wetmore. And even the 14, I don't know what happened to him, but he was fast too. And I knew there was nothing that I could do. I just didn't have a firm grip on the track. So I knew I had to shake it up somehow. And me and my crew chief, we decided we were going to stretch out that fuel run, and people were running like 19-something laps, and we stretched it out to 23. I ran out of fuel going into the pits, and then came out in front of Marty, but I was after his second pit stop, but by then my tires were worn, and I was already in fuel conservation mode, and ran out of fuel at the start-finish line. So it was definitely an exciting race, a lot of fun out there.
Holy cow, that was very, very exciting and interesting. Because things were looking different from up here than they were in your cockpit. And, so thinking about it now, after you talked about that, we actually didn't notice that you ran out of gas. But, man, that was a very, very hard-fought battle on your part. And we're thinking about the strategy. Do you think you could have done anything differently to better your chances, maybe with a fuel strategy or something?
I really don't. I don't know. If I would have taken 2 tires, then I would have never closed down the gap at all. They would have just kept gaining on me. So I think my team put me in the best position to get the best finish possible. I don't think I had a winning car, and I think I maybe had a top 10 car, but because of what my team helped me do, I was able to get a top 3. So in my mind, that was the best strategy for me that race.
Yep, that was a good strategy indeed. Hunter finishing in 3rd place after starting in the 5th place position. Podium finish. Very, very nice on your part. Going from 9th place last week at Pocono to finishing in 3rd place here tonight. Well, buddy, it has been nice seeing you grow. Look forward to seeing more of you in the chase with the first race next week. Talladega Superspeedway. But before I let you go, in final words.
Just want to say thank you to my team, Maverick Motorsports, and them helping me out. We had some help here tonight that was really nice. And I want to say thank you to Genesee Brewery. They're a local brand. I live in New York, and so I drove a local New York brand. They're only an hour from Watkins Glen International. They're the oldest brewery in New York, so thank you for having them on the car, and just thank you guys for putting on this great show for us.
Congratulations once again on your success this season, Hunter McDaniel, and doing Maverick Motorsports proud. We look forward to seeing some teamwork and some a whole lot of spanking going on at Talladega next week as you guys try your best to set yourselves up good in points for the chase. Have a good night, buddy, and go celebrate.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
And that was Hunter McDaniel, but right behind him is 27 of Justin Roden. Pick up there, Justin.
Yeah, man, I got you.
How you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Fun, crazy race. My brake foot's bothering me a little bit, but I'll get over it.
Oh man, I can only imagine you had so much going on, trying to hit your marks, trying to break the right amount, and trying to hit that apex to avoid going off the track and smacking the wall. We had a couple of drivers who got hugged by the tires and had not able to get towed, but you were able to stay alive and finish in the 4th place spot. We noticed at one point you were way below the top 10 and you made your way back up to 4th place. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, they're going through, got into it with the 24 there at the beginning. Just want to throw a quick apology out there to him. I feel like I actually kind of messed his race up there. But after that, going through, I just felt like my tires went away. And then around lap 10, I believe it was, I went ahead and took my first pit stop and just went with a short pit strategy at first. And then worked my way back up through and got lucky on my second pit stop. And I was able to keep it up there and get up there to that top to that 4th place finish.
Oh man, that took a lot of courage and determination, and that did really help you succeed tonight, finishing in 4th place. And I know, Justin, you haven't been here the whole entire season, but you do have 5 starts this far, which is very, very good. How's been your season so far?
It's been good. It's exactly what I kind of expected from myself. Going through, I just coming into a new league, and first, I want to give a shout out to John Houston for allowing me to be a part of it. These are a great group of guys that come in here and race with it, and that's exactly what I was looking for in the performance I've been given. Exactly what I was looking for as well out of myself.
Well, Justin, we are very, very proud of you, and you have come a long way. You are an amazing driver. I look forward to seeing you racing with these guys here during the next upcoming 5 races for the chase, and hopefully it can help some of them get in there. And once again, it has been amazing seeing you grow. Oh, really good, but any final words?
Yeah, I just want to give a big thank you to my team, Stillwash Racing. Got a few advice words earlier today from a lot of my teammates there to give me a little, hopefully, or if I could speak here, going through, gave me a little bit of an edge for tonight, and I just want to thank those guys, and hopefully I did them proud tonight.
Congratulations once again, buddy, Justin, on your success, and look forward to seeing you again next week at Talladega, and have a good night.
You two guys, thank you.
And that was the 27th of Justin Roden. That rounds up interviews. Tom Wetmore, Marty Ray, Hunter McDaniel, Justin Roden, 1st through 4th respectively. Holy cow, what a race, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being a part of it. And this was a UnOh 175, part of the Extreme Motorsports 99 Truck Series for round number 10. And next race is going to be next week, chase race number 1 at Talladega Super Speedway for the Fred's Pharmacy 250. And that will be once again at Talladega Super Speedway. And the next race tomorrow night with Hardline Racing, Talladega 159. So look forward to seeing you guys there. Well, Dave, before we close, any final words?
Just been a great race and ready to get the chase started.
10-4. Well, if you are new, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you get notified every single time we go live, because we are live 6 nights a week. So thank you for tuning in once again, and see you again next race, and have a good night.